Today we are making cranberry juice from scratch using water bath canning. It sounds complicated, but I promise you it is so simple. All you need is a pot of boiling water, some cranberries, and maybe 1 or 2 hours. That is it. Now, I know you're thinking, I could just go to the grocery store if I wanted cranberry juice. And yes, you're absolutely right. But when you make it yourself at home, you control exactly what goes into it. That means no high fructose corn syrup, no mystery or surprise ingredients you can barely pronounce. It is just cranberries, water, and sugar. Plus, when you do this, you are building a skill that means that you are less dependent on the grocery store. As you know, I am focused on helping families build food independence, which is creating systems where you can feed your family well without being at the mercy of supply chains and corporate food systems. In cranberry juice, it is one of those things that is so easy to preserve at home. Plus, this is definitely the season for it. You get shelf-stable juice that lasts for years, you save money, and you are teaching your kids that real food comes from real ingredients and not a branded bottle on a shelf. So if this sounds like something you want for you and your family, more independence, more control, and more skills that actually matter, let's get into it. All right, let's walk through this step by step so you can see just how straightforward this really is. First things first, you want to start with sterilized jars. I run mine through the dishwasher on the sanitized cycle, or you can boil them for 10 minutes. Either way works perfectly. You just want to make sure that your jars are clean and they are ready to go before you start. Next, wash your cranberries. Just a quick rinse, nothing fancy. You're really looking to get off any debris or residue. Fresh cranberries work great, but honestly, frozen cranberries work just as well, and they're often cheaper. So if you see a really good sale, be sure to stock up and throw them in the freezer. Now, here's where you will find 2 different methods. Some people will tell you must extract the juice first, which is cooking down the cranberries, you strain them, all of that. And it works, but it is more steps and honestly, it's more mess. I prefer the cranberry and water method because it's just simpler. And we've been doing it this way for years with perfect results every single time. Here's what you do. Add 1 cup of cranberries to each pint jar. Just measure them out and drop them right in. Then add 1 tablespoon of sugar per jar. Whenever you do this, I actually encourage you to just do a few and figure out how much sugar you like in your batches. Everyone's different. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon for every pint that we do. You can adjust this depending on how sweet you like your juice, but 1 tablespoon gives you a nice tart, but not too tart flavor that we personally love.
I could do like 4 batches.
Now you're going to fill your jars with boiling water, or at least water that's the same temperature as your jars. This is important because you don't want to shock your glass. You're going to fill about to a 1/2 inch from the top. That's your headspace, and it's what allows the jars to seal properly. Wipe the rims with a clean cloth to make sure there's no sugar or cranberry bits that could interfere with your seal, and then you're going to put your lids and rings on. Fingertip tight is all you need. Do not crank them down. Place your jars in the water bath canner or your big stock pot. Make sure that the water covers the jars by at least 1 inch or 2. You're going to turn up the heat and bring it to a rolling boil. Not just bubbles, but a full aggressive boil that you cannot stir away. Only once you hit that rolling boil, you're going to set your timer for 15 minutes. This is what's called your processing time. During this time, the heat is doing 2 things. It is killing off any bacteria or microorganisms, and it's creating that vacuum seal that is going to keep your juice shelf stable. When your timer goes off, turn off the heat and do not pull the jars out yet. You need to let them sit in the hot water for at least 30 minutes. This helps to cool them down gradually, and it reduces the chance of a jar shattering. It is so tempting to pull them out right away, but trust me, patience here pays off. After 30 minutes, carefully remove your jars using a jar lifter. set them aside on a kitchen towel. Do not touch the rings or the lids yet. I know it is, again, so tempting, but just let them be. You might start to hear those satisfying ping sounds as the lids seal. That's what you want to hear. Let your jars sit undisturbed for a full 24 hours. I usually do mine in the evening so that they can sit overnight and through the next day. During this time, they are cooling completely and finishing the sealing process.
Hello everyone, this is Mom's Janiece, and she makes yummy food in the winter, and she makes good food to make vitamin D for us to make us big and strong. And so to keep doing this, you have to practice and practice until you do it every day.
That's right. Everybody has to practice.
Over and over again on the day until you do it every day to make your family big and strong.
After 24 hours, it's time to test your seals. You're going to press down on the center of each lid. If it doesn't move or make a clinging sound, you have a great seal. But if it pops up and down, that jar did not seal. You need to just put it in the fridge and use it at least in the next week.
It seems flat right now, but I felt just a slight movement. So for this one, I would set it aside and we'll drink this week. I'm not going to store that on the shelf. Okay.
Once you've confirmed your seals, remove the rings. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but the rings can actually trap moisture and cause rust on the seal over time. You're going to store your sealed jars in a cool, dark pantry. They will last for at least a year, probably longer. I've used jars that were 2 years old with no issues. Now, here's the thing you need to know. The juice is not ready to drink right away. I mean, you can drink it, but it's going to be pretty tart and the flavor really will not be fully developed. You want to give it about 4 weeks, and during that time, the cranberries are infusing into the water. The flavors are mellowing out and the sugar is doing its thing. After about a month, you've got this beautiful ruby red cranberry juice that tastes infinitely better than anything you would get at the grocery store. And that's it. That is your cranberry juice. It is simple, shelf-stable, delicious, and completely in your control.